Hello everyone, I am back with another round of LoL. This time I'll be playing as Cho'Gath, the Terror of the Void. Now, normally I don't usually play a tank character because I've lived my beginning years of LoL as a squishy caster or DPS carry or a support. I like playing all three of those, but tanks and melees, not exactly my style. So you might see me doing a few cowardice acts, such as just hanging around in the middle of the team or like running away from turrets when I really shouldn't be, that sort of thing. So
we're just gonna scout our
you might see me do a
jungle?
couple of those mistakes in the later on in the
I don't
game.
know. I'm gonna put a
But for
ward
now,
at my blue and then
we'll
go
be
somewhere
talking
else.
about my playstyle of Cho'Gath, and hopefully you can benefit from it too. It's definitely not the only way to play Cho'Gath. I like to spec Cho'Gath with a little sprinkle of AP and lots of defensive items. The reason for the defensive items is because
put that there
Cho'Gath's
too early.
passive Carnivore gets him HP and MP per creep kill, and probably champion kills too, but that's kind of insignificant. The effectiveness of his HP gain per creep kill is multiplied by the amount of armor and MR he has, so he can sustain his laning presence while being harassed. There is no other way to
I don't think I've
help
ever
his
played
passive
against
in
the new
that manner,
Twitch.
but it's still a nice
Or he's not new now, but
dish
when it
on the
changes up.
side if you're
I think he's
playing
worse, I
other
think.
roles such as DPS or AP. Though to be honest, I have
Because
not
now he
seen
has
a
like
DPS
a number
Cho'Gath.
of shots, right? For his
You
ult.
probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Anyways, my summoner spells of choice are Flash and Ghost. Flash is quite an enigma. It's obvious that you can use it as a get out of jail free card or to like run away, from those tight situations that you face now and then. But the unique thing about taking Flash on Cho'Gath is that people expect Cho'Gath to be like a slow, lumbering tanker, that sort of thing, and usually the way they get close to you to feast on the opponent is for him to pop you up with his Q, rupture spikes, and run up to you while you are slowed. With Flash, you can just get right in his face immediately, and all
So
you
we
have to do
get
is click
Italy?
R, and Cho'Gath will just eat him. Mad damage. Now here we see that Ashe gets ambushed by Tark in Italy. That's not usually the spot where they ambush champions, so kudos to the enemy for thinking somewhat outside of the box already. But if you paid attention to the summoner spells, ooh, Ashe is not looking good. She'll probably die. Oh, come
shit.
on, you couldn't dodge that spear.
I did.
Anyways, this dual lane here, Tark and Millie, if you notice the summoner spells, they both
I
have
just
Clarity
did
Pact,
that.
and one of them has Clairvoyance, and the other one obviously has Ignite. Ooh, dodge that spear. Can't get chucked at it. It looks like it might be a rough lane for us because they both have heal, so they can sustain themselves pretty indefinitely if they wanted to. And they have Clarity to do so in case they run dry of mana. This is going to be a rough laning phase, especially for Ashe. While I've spec'd for tank as Cho'Gath,
Can you help
being
me
the
aggro
team's
Golem?
tank, I can sustain some beating before I have to go
Yeah,
back, but who knows, it might get dangerous. Nidalee's Spear
Thanks,
Chuck
man.
is actually one of the more powerful single shots in the game. It's actually kind of fearsome, especially if she builds AP, and that's expected of Nidalee's these days, because there's not enough incentive to go AD and use her Cougar form for DPSing, I guess. So, about the Javelin Toss. It has an AP ratio of roughly around 0.6 or something like that. I'll have to check on the website for the exact numbers, but it has that AP ratio and plus some base amount of damage that is kind of fairly typical for the skill shot
This literally is gonna be a pain.
that nature. But the real dangerous thing about it is that at max range it does 250% damage,
How bad is the
and
damage?
this
Should I go
also
game?
applies to her AP
No, we
ratio.
can't. Double
So
clarity.
AP Nidalees,
Wait, so
when
should I
they
go down?
chucks javelins at you,
Nah, we can't
watch
go on.
out. You really
harass them a
really
little bit.
have to dodge those, or you're going to be in a world of hurt.
Are you guys getting your last hits? Okay.
For the skills I'm going to be going, I usually get a mix of Q and W, but this time I am going to be going all Q because that's my only range move that can let me farm minions safely without having to face the wrath of Tark and Nidalee. And even though the Tark doesn't have too much offensive power, and the same could be said for Nidalee outside of her javelin toss, they both do have some defensive shredding moves. Although Nidalee's is going to be harder to land, it wouldn't be far-fetched to see Tark land a stun, Nidalee land a trap, and chuck a spear at you at the same time. That's going to be for major ouch. Anyways, I'm low on MP. I'm going to be going back for some more and hopefully getting something to help get the edge on Nidalee's javelin tosses. As for Tark's stun, we just have to stay away from him and we should be fine. Hopefully. Come on, Warwick, rush in for that Q! Q, Q, Q! Victory! Anyways, back to my lane. It looks like Ashe is getting tower dived. Oh. Oh. This is gonna be rough. It's gonna be really rough for Ashe.
Yes,
I'm not sure if I can even leave her alone at all.
Are you sure you guys don't?
I don't know. It might change later on. It might not. It might actually get worse.
You can if you want.
It's a tough call. Anyways, the safe thing to do because this game is not revolving around laning phase and 2v2s, although it can get decided early game. But the thing is, it's a team game, and so all we have to do for now, until the dynamic changes in the other two lanes, possibly, is to defend the tower, get as much creep kills as you can, and don't die. It's usually not as hard as it sounds if you do it correctly, but in some cases this could just be one evil, not fun fest, I guess you should say.
Nidalee's coming.
Seems like Nidalee is going off to get Warwick, who is being chased by Udyr and Twitch. Twitch is probably not being very healthy right now. I mean, he's a little bit ambitious there. Anyways, props to Anivia for picking off Twitch, but now Nidalee's missing, and that's kind of worrisome. It's not in our best interest to push out of the lane so that, you know, Ashe dies and all that sort of stuff. I'm pretty sure Ashe has the same summoner spell combo that I have, so she's not entirely helpless, but she's still squishy as F, so yeah, and she's also the carry. It's not a good thing for Ashe to die, or for me to die for that matter, but I'm kind of different. I'm supposed to save people's lives and get in their face. Anyways, I'm going to be camping in the river grass, making sure Nidalee doesn't do surprise butt sex on Ashe or something. You know how those cats get. Oops, forgot to check for traps. Traps in the grass are really, really hard to spot. They look more like translucent spots, and they also do show up on the mini-map, I believe. Anyways. Yeah. Gotta watch out for those traps. I mean, some of the time they aren't a big deal, but it is a big intelligence advantage to the enemy if you get hit by one of those.
Oh gosh, you got Soraka.
Never mind the defense shredding effects where it reduces your armor and magic resist by like 40%, I believe, maybe 60. I don't think it's 60. Narrowly dodged that spear. We're going to have the minion wave pushed back to our tower. She's going to chuck another spear. Ooh, oh, it hit Ashe in the ass.
How did that hit me?
She's got to get faster. Anyways, me and Tark tangoing in the lane. I'm not gonna bother harassing Tark at all because he's just gonna heal back his HP, and Nidalee is probably around too. For now, all we can do is hope for the best. Oh, Nidalee's middle lane. Good thing Anivia had the good sense to run away, like really far away. So far away. Anyways. back to top and middle lane. They are doing significantly better than us, that's for sure. Twitch is not exactly the best matchup against Nivea, since Nivea has quite a bit of range over Twitch in the first place. And Twitch's only options are auto attack, and comboing off of auto attack. That pretty much describes it. Oh, no! Oh, I got cubed. That just hurts.
Take my red back.
And it also sucks. Good job to work for stealing back his own red, I guess, because it's in our territory. I'm gonna get a Negatron cloak because they're all up in the ass with magic damage. And oh, there goes Ash. I'm sorry, Ash, I had to die. Oh, come on. Come on. Could have dodged that one too.
Well, I'm trying.
Well, given it was shorter range, so that was even harder to dodge. But still, you gotta be unpredictable when you want to dodge skill shots. It's pretty much impossible to rely on reflexes to dodge skill shots at a certain range and a certain distance. Like Mundo's Cleaver, that is like notoriously spammy and difficult to dodge and stuff like that. So you have to be unpredictable in your movements in order to dodge it. That's what I feel is the best way to dodge skill shots.
So what, solo lane?
Dude, you have 18 CS?
So hopefully top and middle lane, they can carry us to victory here, because we're obviously not doing hot. I think I've said that many times before. But yeah, I'm not doing so hot. Stop chucking those spears at me, dude. That's not nice.
I don't know why this guy keeps pinging.
If I get stunned, that's like a free spear.
Another round of minions they're slaughtering, and we're just camping the tower. No way are we going out there. Well, we could. They don't have flash, but we're too chicken. Ow! That's an evil combo. But yeah. Hope for the best. Keep on surviving. Don't fall for their tricks. I mean, ultimately, your tower is going to fall anyways. I try not to be a defeatist about this. Oh, what the? When did she chuck ECA up there? That Ash, you clever sneaky freak. At least you get your assist money there. That's cool. So yeah, I haven't talked about Cho'Gath's feast yet at this point, other than with the summoner flash.